I just wasn't getting anywhere, I thought. And then Dennis Hogan, who's no longer with us, called around to our house, and he said, we heard you had a guitar. At that point in Wexford, there was just, the opportunities for learning or for doing anything with a guitar were very, very small. I think I had one book, First Steps in How to Play the Guitar, and that was it. But Denny Hogan called around to my house and he said, we heard you had a guitar, and we've got a folk room. And I said, well, I don't really play, I'm not any good or anything. And the Burlife songbook was on the dining room table, and he opened it at a song, and he said, could you play that one? And it was 2 chords, I think.
He joined the course.
The Fox.
When he was 19.
The Fox went out on a chilly night, so I played the 2 chords, and he said, you're as good as we are. So I was into a group called the Southerners, and there I met Larry Kerwin, who showed me A minor. The whole world opened up. And years later, Hank Waddell, my friend Hank Waddell, was in New York at some gig, and backstage he met Larry Kerwin, and he said, Hank said he knew me, and Larry said, yeah, I showed him A minor. And I was like, yeah, come on. Well, there's 2. And we also had a 5-part harmony group at one point called Tapestry. It was Frank and Bernie Barrett and Patricia and Pamela Eastwood, who was my girlfriend and her sister at the time, and we had a 5-part harmony group, and we did, I can't remember most of it, we did Here, There and Everywhere, Beatles songs, and anything we did, Helplessly Hoping, as I remember. Do you remember, Bernie?
I do,
yeah. You probably have a set list. But we went to Dublin. Do you remember going to Dublin for Pierce and Larry?
In the Sean Peninsula.
Yeah, and the other one was called, I had a Jaguar, you had a, I can't remember what that one was called, but Larry Kerwin and Pierce Turner had written a couple of songs and they fancied us recording them, so we went off to Dublin. It was the first time ever in a recording studio, and that was quite something, you know. An awful lot of what I've done is kind of almost, loads of people know about it, but I love the parts of what happened that nobody knows about, the bands that were great fun, like Gandhi Dancer. Tony Henderson and Ronan Kelly and myself were in a band called Gandhi Dancer with 2 ordinary fellas. And, Jimmy McCarthy used to know this guy who, if he was walking along with 2 other guys, he would say, I was going down the town with 2 ordinary fellas, and everybody that wasn't him was an ordinary fella. But anyway, we were in a band with 2 ordinary fellas. And it was a great band.
He was 19 when he joined.
I was 19, I'll interpret for you, ma'am.
19 when you joined the forces.
Was I?
You were 19 when you joined the forces.
Yeah. I remember, one of the memories I have was very early on in the hospital. We were at a rehearsal somewhere, and I was staying in a flat somewhere in Dublin, I can't remember where now, but I got back, and this was back in the 60s. So I got back to the flat, and there was bodies all over, you know. The fact that you paid rent didn't guarantee you even floor space on the bed, and I felt like this is the life. I don't know what I'm supposed to say. I don't know. Thank you to everybody. Thanks to Vicky and all the kids. Anna, Stephen, Jesse, Peter, Bridget. If I leave anybody out, once I've started, I leave anybody. Jody, David, to me, Matt, to Frank, to Morris, to everybody who I grew up playing music with. And thank you very much. This is, do I get to grace my sheep on the main street?
This is a token of tonight to remind you of the occasion. As you see, it's a Viking ship, and I suppose when you look at Declan, there's quite, there's similarities between the Vikings and the Mexicans. It's the axe. It's the glasses. Just to say that one of the symbols, the emblem of the town of Wexford is the 3 burning ships, where marauding Vikings were supposed to have had their burnt ships as they left. But the story goes that they enjoyed themselves so much in Wexford that burnt their own ships and decided to stay here. So the fact that you sailed to Passengers New a few years ago, I suppose this is something we'd like you to hang fondly somewhere. Okay. And it says, presented to Declan Synod at a civic reception to honour his lifetime contribution to music by his worship the Mayor of Wexford, Councillor George Lawler. We do hope you hang it in a place of affection to yourself and remember this evening, and remember the people of Wexford.
Absolutely.
For the
Thank you very much.